Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Zelda Speedruns. Tonight we have the final match of the second round of the Max Z2R Max Rando 2022 tournament between Xarnax42 and VictorSantafe. Joined on comms tonight by Nightcrawler and Mirai. How are you two doing?
I'm lacking ice cream, but otherwise I think I'm okay.
I mean, there's still time to fix that. We haven't started yet.
They've already closed.
I'm sorry, is ice cream available here at the ZSR Skybox?
I didn't.
Ice
even
cream is
ask.
available in my freezer. I don't know if I can hand it over to you two, but
I'll find a way. You've got an hour and a half, or well, they got. This might be an easy seat from some of the things you mentioned, or that Patrick has mentioned. So we'll see. We'll see.
I mean, they're only starting with a raft, boots, a flute, a hammer, and fairy.
And
What?
7 hearts.
Come on.
Looks, I'm sensing we may have an east or a west vanilla-ish continent here with all these vanilla-ish items.
Hmm.
All right, I'm gonna hand it over to you two. We will get this race started. Enjoy, all.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that's an interesting prediction. I'm not very good at making those sorts of predictions, and of course, our racers can't make that prediction at all because they don't know what they're starting with. But I guess we'll see which continent they're starting on in just a few moments.
Well, I say that because we've been seeing a lot. We've been seeing a lot of these vanilla shuffle continents on one side or the other, or we've just been seeing straight vanilla. So it's always been I don't know. It seems to be a high rolling continent for some reason here in this tournament, and at least in the Swiss rounds.
Well, it just stands out. Let's see. There's vanilla like, and then there's there's vanilla shuffle. Then there's the actual like randomized maps, which are vanilla like, canyon, island, caldera. So
Yes.
there's a pretty good chance that you'll get some vanilla thing, like maybe every other game or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, there's these, there's a higher chance. Well, I mean, Rando's gonna Rando. That's what I just leave it down to.
Rando is gonna rando. Well, this is canyon.
Uh,
Oh wait, well I guess we
looks
don't know yet, do we?
looks a little mountainous with that many mountains.
Yeah, you could be right. Yeah. Wait, hold on. Oh darn it!
It could just be a big lake in our mountain. That's it. The good old randomizer generates some really amazing terrain at times that just always keeps you guessing as to what the route is going to be.
Oh, Victor here finding Heart Container Cave. Good find. I'd probably go to.
Oh, it is. Yes.
Yeah, they have 7 heart containers, so going into a dark cave like this at this point is not particularly dangerous.
Yeah, we saw the grass tile just north of here as well, and when Xarnax went south for us to find the pillar/P-bag cave.
Yep.
These 2 lives, though, man, this is honestly, I'll take a 1 heart container seed sometimes over a 2 live seed. It can be pretty rough, even with a lot of life. The moment you just waste your first life, you're on your last life automatically, And if there's no 1-ups in the drop pool, then this becomes a little bit more difficult.
That's true. And of course, if you don't have, keys in the drop pool, if you don't have magic key, you could be forced to lose lives in palaces, and
Yep.
that could be bad.
That's the thing as well. Yeah, we rely on sometimes taking death abuses to recast fairy, and just whatever. If you don't have enough magic when you reach the boss, do you have an extra life in reserve? These are questions.
That will not be a question any longer, though, as VictorSantafe picks up the magic key in grass tile.
Just lying there in the grass, just one of the most important items in the game. Someone lost it, and someone's disappointed that they lost it, but there it is. It's now in Victor's hands. Soon to also be in Xarnax's.
It's probably some sort of Kingdom Hearts character died there, and that's what was left afterward.
With the crazy time traveling that they do in the... do they do time traveling in that storyline? I've heard it's kind of crazy.
I've heard it's kind of crazy too. Well, there's P1. Victor not going in yet. Okay, sure, I can see that. Yeah, you don't have the glove yet. Why not do some other stuff first? And Raoru's gonna have Thunder here.
Yeah, really all we're missing is Fairy and Glove, and it's go time, and fairy is sometimes debatable. So depending on what's going, especially if you have the magic key in your hand, it's could be anyone's game here with just 3 gems here.
You know, I just realized when Yoshi talks to one of the life women or the thirsty woman, that could be awkward, I suppose.
No comment.
I wasn't thinking about that when I made the sprite, honestly. But Victor got his thunder.
He did pick up his thunder. Still checking for hints.
Karak disappears with the candle. Good hint.
Yeah, if we want to light up those caves. We don't have reflect though.
We have seen P4 on this continent, so we know where the candle is, more or less. I don't know if anyone's actually going to go for it. Candle's not really worth it.
No, not really. And to clarify what I said, we don't have reflect to go fight Karak, so there's probably no reason to just dig into P4 for the item. You know, it's not like we need reflect to get the item, but
right,
yeah.
Yeah, 3 gems, you don't need to kill Karak. Although, you know, he is one of the easier bosses, so if you find reflect, I mean, it's not the worst idea, but they've got P1 that they've come across. So I'm pretty sure that's going to be one of the palaces that they complete, and that would leave 2 more that they could do. I think P3 is probably the next best one. Would you agree about that?
I would agree. I like a P3. Yeah, I like a nice P3. Usually going to clock in at your second smallest palace, and it might even clock in at your lowest palace in the randomizer, I guess, if the randomizer rolls way down on P3 and way up on P1. So they could even change places, I believe.
Yeah, P4 is kind of in the middle in terms of palace length, I find.
I've had some bad P4s before, but yeah, I mean, once you find Karak, it's pretty much just, you know, as long as you got enough magic to cast that. If you need to cast fairy on top of that, or if you've already got a key, magic key, something along the lines to get through that door, it's pretty much GG unless you're low on health and he trolls you in the corner.
Now this is interesting. Victor's going into P2 here. He does, like we mentioned, he does have the magic key. He does not have the glove. He didn't want to do P1, but he is doing P2. There's nothing particularly wrong with that, because he could go back and do P1 at some later time, or he could suspect that he, you know, might get glove in here. Meanwhile, Xarnax has a little bit better chance of getting the glove where he is, huh?
Yeah, I didn't see how he found his way to Maze Island. He was going in the same direction that Victor was, it seemed, but Xarnax finding the cave to Maze, I believe it's a cave to Maze Island.
And, let's see. Zombie hunting is bringing up a good point. Oh, there you go. You were right.
Mm-hmm.
Darn it. Well, we got more vanilla stuff on the eastern continent here. Oh, wow, that almost looks like a boss room in here.
It is the item room, actually.
What an item it is.
Completely free and open on one side, door blocked on the other. I'm sure Dig Shake would have tried to door block it on both sides, but first of all, that's 2 keys to eat through for the player, and I don't think you can have 2 doors in a single room because they act as enemies in some weird way, right?
You can have more than one door in a single room, but the moment you open one of them, the other one will also open if you reload the room. So you can open a door and then come back in, and it will open the other door.
Sounds like getting the jar out of the statue and then having the door open that way when you leave the room and come back.
Yeah. It's the same kind of thing, yeah.
I guess it's time to rewrite Z2 from the ground up so we can have multiple doors and rooms and things like that.
Actually, I kind of like it because you could make...
It's a good strategy thing to know.
Mm-hmm. And you could make palace rooms that have multiple doors where you can decide, okay, do I use multiple keys here or do I take the time to leave the room and come back? Like, imagine there was a fall-through room that had a way to open the door, but the only way to get back... The only way to reload the room is to fall back into it, so you got to decide, oh, do I blow 2 keys here, or do I, walk through the palace again?
That's true.
I like kind of playing with game, mechanics that way. Okay, well, Xarnax got his one and only Valentine in this seed.
Perhaps the rarest item in the entire seed at this point, already having 7 of them, finding the 8th heart container.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Victor finished up Helmet Head very nice, very clean, and I mean he took a couple bops, but nothing he couldn't handle. And yeah, he's doing his second palace here, so that'll be 1 and 2. I don't think he's gonna have a hard time with this palace, but you never know. Glove block could happen, but the shorter a palace is, the less likely that is.
Yeah, we saw 3/6 on GP. Xarnax stepped in for just a moment to show us, but then did not come back, and he's hunting around. He does not have the magic key, so I guess wherever Victor went, they did have some diversion in their mountainous routing very early on, from the looks of it here.
Yeah, the magic key is very accessible, but I guess Xarnax just did not go in that direction. He went south. What? You can get... But they can have a small... I guess... Yeah, alright, sure. It seems weird to me to see just a random single small key as the item in a cave.
Oh,
yeah. Well, there's another path. No need to panic.
that could just be the item.
Victor, don't you want to check out the other direction? Alright. And...
Item right here, actually.
Cool.
I was gonna say it can't be the glove if it's the other direction. Can't be blocking the glove with the glove
True.
block.
True. So that does actually very, very, very slightly bring down the chances. But just get it, Victor. It's right there. You might need it, especially because they don't really have... they're not going to have very high levels when they do GP, and you're not going to want to get hit by a blue invisible enemy and get knocked into lava either. So, yeah, you do kind of want the cross at this point. It's better than passing it up, at least.
Off too much at the cross, I do like to be able to see the invisible Moas. I mean, if I'm on a glove hunt and I see the cross, there's going to be a bit of scoffing. But otherwise, I'll take it if it's early on.
One of the strangest things to me is the fact that the invisible Moa in GP is weaker than any of the other Moas in the game.
It is weird that because it's reversed for bots. You know, bots are like super beefy in GP, whereas they're just one hit for the most part throughout the vast majority of the game elsewhere.
Looks like Victor's still got a few areas to explore. Meanwhile, Xarnax is going to be headed toward what would be Darunia. I believe it still is Darunia, but we'll find out.
Yeah, so this is looking pure vanilla here. I think Victor wants the level. He's very close, 561 out of 590. He's been killing a few things, but I don't know if there's another spot open that he can go. There might be.
Be good. Well, I mean, if there's all this many enemies in the way, I do think that he probably hasn't been in this direction before, right?
Yeah, you are absolutely right about that.
Ooh, yeah. This is a kind of chunky P1.
It is. That glove block could very well be a nothing burger with this right, and then he's even got another left going left there. Triple dripper room here.
Oh, and this leads to an elevator, a two-way elevator. So, doesn't it?
It does not actually. It's just a pass through.
Oh, I thought I was being smart for a second. I can see why Victor is tempted by this, and he gets it. Good stuff. Meanwhile, Xarnax picking up Upstab a few moments ago, and I was going to check for the item location, the child's location here. Go east to find the child. Alright, well, this is pretty vanilla. Well, he said I thought Victor said a few areas to check, but I think it's probably past that glove block at this point, because he's checked so many rooms at this point that if there was a left, or if there was a left that he didn't check, it probably was a dead end.
Yeah, I'm not sure. They were later with the...
Oh, you cut out there.
Am I here?
Yeah, now you're here.
Weird. Okay. Well, he went into... I don't know if he had another left there at the bottom of that one elevator. He went up an elevator, but there was still a left there, and I don't know if that's where he came from. Originally, he I don't know. Sometimes in a panic in a race, you just up an A and you're just like, I'm out of here with the 2 glove locks. So it's entirely possible that he just kind of like rushed to up an A out of there and think that the glove wasn't there. He already had the item, so he knew the glove wasn't there for sure. But yeah.
Speaking of wasn'ts and isn'ts and wouldn't be's and all that sort of stuff, I believe that this is a gloveless seed.
That is a tall order.
I want to put money on it, but I don't want to actually PayPal anyone if I lose, so... I think this is gloveless. I've got that sense.
Thinking GP is going to be gloveless here. Well, that's not a... Someone's feeling lucky today. Someone's feeling real lucky.
Yeah, that's right. I've got to make sure to keep track of all this of all that stuff. All right, they start with the boots. Xarnax, you remember that, right?
Yeah, he was down there a moment ago.
Okay.
I don't know if we checked the palace and the water tile. Is that what we're about to see now? I think so, yeah.
Yeah. I forgot. He already checked the water tile. He didn't actually go to the palace. This is 3 or 6, so could be a good palace to do. Could be a horrible palace to do, especially since he doesn't have downstab yet, right?
I don't believe so. Oh, they started with down. Oh, there it is. Never mind. They started with downstab.
Well, aren't they showing off? Yeah, get that life level.
I'll be honest. I couldn't remember if Victor had it because it's just the Yoshi sprite kind of throws me off, and I can never. Things are weird with the Yoshi sprite.
Well, this is a gloveless 3. You know, just point that out. So we've got 2 gloveless palaces so far.
Well, I mean, you're more than welcome to bet your money on a gloveless. I am not going to stop you, sir, but I'm not going to take that bet. You're not here to convince me.
Well, I don't have to convince you. I just have to be right. And, you know, just rub your face in it afterwards.
I'll note that down. So Victor is looks like his connection that he's looking for is going to be that Maze Island that he hasn't seen yet. Again, I don't know where Xarnax found that. Might be right here for all we know.
All right, that's a good palace completed by Xarnax. Doing Maze Island, they haven't done the Maze Island palaces yet, right? So it's pretty easy to check that one. That was Vanilla Maze Island, right?
No, that was a standard vanilla like Maze Island. It's got P3 or P6. Since P3 is in the Ocean Palace spot, it's going to be a P6.
Okay, yeah, stay far away. P6 can be kind of long.
That means we're going to have a P5 and a GP down here somewhere. 3-Eyed Rock going to have one of those, and then Death Valley going to have the other.
All right, so P1 is glove blocked, probably. P2 is not. P3 is not. P4, they haven't tried to do yet. So honestly, I would try to find Reflect and do P4 if I was one of them. Because otherwise it's 5 or 6. Or, you know, find the glove, whatever. But the glove could be in 4, so.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, sometimes I might rather just dig into 6. You know, Barba might be a little deep, but all the jumping or figuring out, you know, where Reflect is at and then having to go back to 4. I don't know. You know, it seemed like we had easier access to 6 right here, right now. Overall, time-wise, it could come back to bite you, or you might catch a nice, easy or kind of medium rare Barba in terms of dig length.
Medium rare.
Yeah, you know, nothing too tough, nothing too deep.
You know, yeah, no. I think I forgot what I was going to say. So you go ahead and say the next thing while I try to remember.
I'm just going to point out that we still have not found the glove at this point. We're going to check the desert tile there for just a small little Zelda doll. Little Zelda hair doll.
Beautiful. And we got GP right there. So P6 or P5 is going to be in. Sorry, P5 is going to be in Valley of Death. That makes P4 look a lot better.
Or P6.
Yeah, or P6 is okay. But you're forgetting one very... Oh, wow. That was awesome. When he was in Hitstone, he pressed up and he went to the house. That stopped him from dying. Found this in the garbage. It was life. Okay, yeah, understandable. That
True
kind of
statement.
is garbage when you have 8 heart containers. But yeah, no, the main problem with doing P6 now is that they don't have jump. So they can't use swag to defeat Barba, and that's the main problem with doing P6 right now.
Is that what's holding our runners back? Is the lack of swag? They know
Yeah.
they can't reach those heights, those levels required in terms of good feedback from the judges and the audience on how well their barbecue is.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. Without swag, I would venture to say they might as well just both forfeit this race.
That is a bold statement there, my friend. I do not stand with you on that one.
But you know what the ultimate swag is?
Down stab Lasriva neck?
No. It's baby stuff, man.
Oh, right.
It's the ultimate swag is going into GP without glove like a boss.
I knew it. That was going to be the second. I should have said that first. I was stuck on bosses at that point. I was like, all right, it's got to be a boss.
So even if they do 6 without jump, they still have some chance for swag. Oh, those are some pretty juicy spiders. 100 experience for a spider is not too bad.
Yeah, that is actually really good on these average experience flags here.
Oh, there's
Xarnax.
Finally.
Feeling real good at this point.
Yeah. But, I mean, it hasn't really gotten in his way. You know, he did his palace with not really any problems. So now he's feeling real good, like you said, and that didn't really stop him. This is 6, right? For Victor?
Yes. Flamin' Hot Cheetos 6.
Isn't it, though? Go ahead, do it, Victor. I know what you're thinking, Victor. You're thinking, I know I've got the keyboard, but I don't have jump, and so that invalidates this entire palace. I know, but you're already there, so...
Well, he doesn't know it's 6. He hasn't seen the vanilla East at this point, which is where he's about to find himself. This cave is going to lead to the top of Death Mountain, right into the raft tile there, which is going to take him right into the eastern raft tile.
So, where's Reflect? Is it in Mito? Have they seen Mito yet?
I don't think we've seen Mito.
Yeah. We haven't seen Spell either, so we haven't seen Nukasudo. So I think looking for Nukasudo would probably be a good idea.
I think we have the spell from Nukasudo. I think they have the second to last spell in their spell book, because after Xarnax got life, he did have a spell just above it, I believe.
I think they started with that, right? Or am I not
I believe
correct?
so.
Yeah, but Kasudo's got 2 items, so... And
Yeah,
I
this
think
could...
Well, they don't necessarily have enough magic containers, and they don't have spell, so yeah, I guess they'd want to get spell before going in there.
Got a little bit of a reaction from Victor on his cam here when he saw the Vanilla East. I'm not sure if that was a good reaction or not. It didn't look like a good reaction. I don't know if he hates the Vanilla East or if he's just tired of the vanilla continents at this point, because we have seen a lot of them. So could have gone either way there. Again, didn't look like a celebratory moment.
Yeah, I wouldn't be celebrating either. I find it rather boring. Wait, hold on a second. The only reason we haven't seen Nukasudo... Oh, wait. I thought... Okay, cool.
No. On Xarnax's side, I'm sorry. Xarnax is testing fire.
Oh, cool. Awesome. So, yeah, they can beat P4. No problem. Yeah, but the only reason we haven't seen Nukasudo is because, well, I mean, they know exactly what Nukasudo is since this is vanilla. So they just didn't want to take the time to go over there yet. Not surprising, considering they don't have the spell, and they only have 5 magic containers. And they already have the spell from there, so unlikely to get much use out of Nukasudo at this point, but they could find it very useful in the near future. Oh my god! That wizard did find life in the garbage. That was an expensive life that recovered 1 heart container.
The best life spells.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like it's actually more of an encouragement. It's once you cast it, it's more or less telling you just need to do better and not rely on me.
Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate. Just man it up. Just man up, or woman up, or Yoshi up, or whatever you're doing, and just get punched in the face and smile and say, "Can I have another?"
Is this P1 for Xarnax here? He's back. This is gonna be our item room in P1 if it's still P1. He's got a completely different color scheme because he is a console player and his capture is a little rough compared to Victor and the emulator side of things.
Yeah,
Yes,
this must be P1. Yeah.
No glove though, and we know there's 2 glove blocks in there. One's a vanilla room, one is a community room. Both headed to the right. I don't know if we're going to see the bottom of that one elevator as we were talking about after Victor stepped out. We'll have to see if Xarnax goes in that direction. Not this particular elevator, a different elevator. It's a community room elevator. So yeah,
that could be the boss, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it could lead to another. I mean, it is going left, so but it could lead to another elevator room, and so that could be the answer.
So, Yuno's asking, what's more random, having randomized continents only or randomly allowing non-randomized continents? I think there was a dialogue by Plato about this very thing. I think I need to go check some, old ancient archives, do some National Treasure stuff to find this philosophical treatise to know which is actually more random.
Well, I'll just say what I prefer. I would prefer not to have the vanilla stuff in there, but I mean, it's nice to see every once in a while. It just seems to be coming up a lot in these races, and I think some of our racers might be a little exhausted of the vanilla stuff at this point. We're just seeing quite a bit of it.
Ooh, 300-point blue lizards. That's tasty, but I think at this point their levels are probably fine as long as they manage to get attack 5. Because I mean, yeah, you can obviously do anything with even attack 1. That's no problem. But I think we don't know what GP is going to be like yet. They do only have 2 lives, so I think it would be nice for them to have attack 5 before they go in there. But it's certainly possible without.
I try to aim for at least attack 4, even if it rolls down. Then it's like it's kind of an attack 3-ish feeling. And if Thunderbird is required, I'd rather not have attack 2 roll down. So I'm usually trying to go. I'd rather not have attack 3 roll down. So I'm usually trying to get at least attack 4 in hopes that it's either feeling it like attack 4 or maybe a little beefier, and it still stays kind of that fail safe to where it won't be super crap, but it still might be kind of rough on Thunderbird.
Yeah, I mean, you know me, right? You know me. I don't like.
Yeah, you going on Thunderbird at attack 2. I know you. I've seen the videos. I've seen the VODs.
Jeez. Yeah.
You're on the leaderboard for you're rivaling Xarnax's 131 full clear on vanilla for the low levels.
Of course. No, I mean I would rather have 1 extra attack level than 3 extra life levels. I'd rather be at life 4 than be at attack 4.
That is
There we go.
So that's was that Maze Island or Death Mountain that he was just in? Because that's Maze Island.
So that's been available.
Oh no, Xarnax
from the go.
Yeah. Xarnax was there early, clearing. Victor found the grass tile, got the magic key early on, and then went his way. And Xarnax went a different way that took him to Maze Island. And Xarnax saw Maze Island, less than 10 minutes into the game, and he left one of the items behind it. It just so happens it's the glove. Victor's jumping back into. Well, sorry, this is not back into. This is P4 here. And did we see a test from Victor on his side? No. Did he just pick up Reflect?
I don't know. So I guess we're gonna find out. Which it's funny because he has glove now, and we don't necessarily know that he needs glove if he does P4. But he hasn't done P3, so he might be doing 4 then 1.
Yeah, I don't. Did he check the ocean? I guess he did because he was over by the water tile.
Yeah, I think so. Ooh, bubbles.
So yeah, I'm gonna assume either Victor picked up straight reflect or he knows that fire is reflect. Otherwise, there'd be absolutely no reason for him to be in here unless he really wants that candle.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think Victor, he's done all the caves that he needs to do, and he knows that. So, I mean, unless he just wants to burn it all down. Oh, look at that blue! That light blue Yoshi's pretty good. I like that shield color. That's nice. Is that the?
It's got a red outline there.
Yeah, that's part of the normal sprite. And the dark red on the bright red, I'm not crazy about that, but that is the preferred color for Mr. Victor, and everyone's got to have their own color Yoshi, right?
If they must. I've never tried the Yoshi sprite myself. I'm not sure if I want to dabble in that territory. I don't know how well I would be with the tongue as the sword. So,
speaking of tongue, that is Victor's in-game file name. So he's all about the tongue this time. Well, that's kind of an anticlimax for that key. I pick up keys if it's not going to cost me time though, or even if it just costs me a little time, because I want to see that key get to like F or something.
The key count, yeah. Yeah, so I just want to point out the palette differences here. Both are runners in P4, so you can see that the palette color differences between each of us here, from console and console capture all the way over to Victor's side here with just straight up emulator.
That was actually pretty smart for Victor, trying to cast Thunder before he died. It wouldn't have mattered because he would have died before clearing out all the enemies, but if he did manage to survive somehow, that would have been a good use of that spell right there. Yeah,
we got Xarnax covering the same tracks that we saw Victor cover already, and there's really no reason to deviate from that. Is Juno still in the audience? I do believe this is his room, if I'm not mistaken. His community room, one of his community rooms.
That's a good one.
Throws the new people off, thinking there should be an elevator there.
Kind of makes me feel like there should be one. Yeah, I don't know. I think one of the more difficult things, at least one of the less easy things, is getting the links correct with falls and stuff like that. So I kind of avoided doing that. And when I did do a couple falling rooms, but I had them have the exact same dimensions as existing rooms. So yeah, I didn't want to mess with that too much. But Yuno's a little bit more knowledgeable. Alright, looks like Karak has already lost. Mo Shinderu. Now I want ribs, Yunos.
Well, that wasn't too bad of a P4 there. Xarnax is going to find that just on standard routing, as he just keeps checking to the rights, as we saw Victor do. Just exhausting those rights as you move through. I was going to say Victor staying in here. Maybe he really does want that candle, but no, it's just for the level, just pushing himself up to the next level so he can get the new level on the gem placement.
He's going to get life 6. I think. You know how I feel about life 6.
You take it. Yes, you take it.
No, I don't take it. Never.
I don't know you at all.
Life levels are like landmines. You just gotta avoid them. Just don't get hit.
Yeah, you know, with starting 7 starting heart containers and then finding that rare 8th one in your travels as well. You're very well equipped, especially with the shield spell. They both picked it up in Nibiru on our Vanilla East, and so you know, I don't know if you just kind of take it as it comes, because you might not want to be screwing around with math and trying to stay alive with your 2 lives. Something might happen where you get yourself trapped and then dead, and then you've wasted all that experience on nothing.
Oh, nice juke over those hammers by Xarnax. That was kind of perfectly timed.
Item room in reverse here for Xarnax, as we had seen earlier. Oh, there it is, the P4 candle.
Well, he's got it. I don't know if he wanted it, but he's got it.
Yeah, that means he's going in a different direction than Victor did, for sure, because Victor did not find that candle.
Did he not kill Karok? But he has glove. Nothing can stop him now. Oh, okay.
Does he have the glove? I don't. Oh, Karok is glove blocked.
Oh,
Ooh.
right. Okay. Yeah. I guess he doesn't have glove after all. My bad there.
I don't know if Xarnax found the first item on Maze Island and he just left the second one, or if he just dipped out of there very early and didn't find either of them.
Yeah, I forgot. He did not go for all those items. I don't know. I kind of feel like Maze Island is Treasure Island, as we were talking about last week, I believe.
Yeah.
So you don't turn your nose up at Maze Island usually, I think.
Yeah, it's quite a gamble. He saw that Vanilla East, or he saw the cave. He hit that cave. It took him again to the north side of Death Mountain, which shows us the raft tile. He jumped on the raft tile. They were given that from the start, and that took us to the Vanilla East, and that's what led Xarnax down that path. I don't know if that's sitting in the back of his mind, thinking I still got all these free items, or at least one free item remaining on Maze Island. So this is it's unfortunate if this is going to be perhaps a last location recheck at this point.
Yeah, that might very well be. I mean, he could be thinking of all sorts of stuff other than that location. I mean, none of them have done anything with Death Mountain.
Yeah. And they did start with the hammer, so Spec Rock is always something in the back of your mind.
Yeah.
See some nice down stabs on Helmet Head's head, exposed head. There for Xarnax. Unfortunately, I always talk up Xarnax and his Gooma kills. I don't think he's going to be digging into Death Valley just to dig into Gooma and P5 for this one. So unfortunately, we're not going to see that here in this race. At least it's very likely we won't see it.
It looks like P1's got Victor a little bit turned around. He doesn't know this, but P3 is nice. Let's see. So we know P4 is glove blocked. So P6 or P5, they could not be glove blocked. We don't know yet if they are or are not.
Still got your. So you placed a lot of money on a gloveless GP or gloveless seed to complete. So yeah, I mean, I could see you trying to justify that at this point.
Well, you gotta think, right? You know, even let's say he places his 3 gems, right? If he had my level of unwarranted confidence, he could just go straight to GP, and the lack of having a glove would lead him straight to Dark Link. If I'm correct. If I'm not correct, it's all folly. I mean, that's one thing that doesn't come up too often, is that if something is not glove blocked and you don't have the glove, well, then you're not checking behind any glove blocks, so you're going to have a very efficient path through that palace, but of course, that's a huge gamble, so...
Well, if it makes you feel any better, Xarnax did take that gamble back last year in a race in the Max Rando tournament Swiss rounds against Top Life. He did defeat Top Life in a gloveless seed. He didn't have the glove. The GP didn't require the glove, but it was ultimately one of those GPs that had a lot of glove blocks, but he was led down the correct path to Dark Link. He had to go through Thunderbird as well, but ultimately did win him the race without the glove.
Awesome. Maybe he's actually he's gonna be on my side with this then. And Victor pulling off some nice jumps in that lava room. There's 2 jumps you have to do. I don't know. It's not pixel perfect, but it's pretty close, right? You gotta jump within like 2 or 3 pixels accurately. And and there was a Guma, a normal Guma right at the end there, and he avoided the Hamish from that, so very well done there. And Helmet Head's gone, but also Horsehead, Helmet Head's long lost half brother.
The heads, yes.
Mm-hmm. The truth is that I mean, they're related on the father's side. The father had a head, and that's where the relation comes from.
That's where, yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But both of them have the human bodies is what it is, and so there's actually some crossbreeding in there.
Yeah, so the mother had a human body, the father had a head. Well, I guess.
Oh, well.
Wait. Maybe the father had both a both a head and a human body. I don't know.
I wouldn't dwell too much on it.
But I mean, let me break up my pun and swears real quick. Nice AA Ron.
Yeah, this could have been, as Zero's pointing out, some unnatural science experiments could simply have been Hyrule's version of human centipede. So who knows? Let's you just simply leave it at that, and that's that.
Oh, that would be a great boss. Have you played Rygar?
A very long time ago, yes.
Do you remember they had
I don't, because I try not to remember any of my time in Rygar.
Rygar's fantastic. What are you talking about? Are you kidding me? Rygar's great.
It's all right, but it's the first of its time. It's all right.
It's fantastic. And there you go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay. So in Rygar, there's like two enemies that can like go across like the walls and ceilings and stuff. There's like a skateboarding. What's that dinosaur that has a big fan on its back?
My paleontology is a little rusty these days.
Oh, well, Dimetrodon, that's right. So they got like this Dimetrodon on the skateboard. It looks like that, and it goes from left to, or like goes clockwise, and then if you hit it, it goes counterclockwise, and if you hit it again, it goes clockwise, etc. until you kill it. And then they had like a spider enemy that does that, but it also, or does it do that? Anyway, it drops from the ceiling. If there was I feel like that's entirely possible in this kind of game. Like for a boss, like have a centipede that like climbs over the walls and stuff and like drops down. That would be very easy to do in a game like this, I think, as a boss. And that'd be dope. Sorry.
Well, you won't be able to commission that because it's it's very likely that this is not a gloveless seed, and you've spent all of your money gambling it away on a gloveless seed. So I guess we won't truly know because both of our runners have the glove now, unless someone goes back to dig into P5 to see if it was possible without the glove.
We still have two possible palaces that are.
Okay, true. We are in Xarnax is in 6 now, so I guess he'll show us if there's a glove lock somewhere.
I guess I got to pay attention. Is that what you're saying?
Preferable.
All right. I will do so. I have not seen actually a lot of glove blocking yet. There's not been a lot of glove blocking in this palace so far. So far it's looking good for my bet. Really, what we're thinking about, what we're really going to be gambling about is GP. And I think if I'm right about GP, you should just give me the money no matter what.
I'm not. I don't have a horse in this race. I don't have a horse head in this race.
Oh, well, darn it, you got it from me. I was gonna try to get in on that.
So there's our GP entry point there for Victor. Raising the barrier looks to be about 41-51-ish.
Nice. Yoshi enters GP.
That late glove pickup from Xarnax is obviously hurting him at this point, digging into 1 and 4, unable to do either of them with glove blocks in the way. So that has set him back here, unfortunately.
Oh gosh, now I gotta pay attention to both screens, don't I? Because, there's the medicine. Maybe that'll get him jump or something, I don't know. But
or sleepy.
Jump is a lot less... What? You're not gonna do it, Xarnax. You've seen half the palace.
Yeah, I don't know what he thought was... I don't know what happened there.
He's got everything he needs to beat it. I mean, not with swag, but... Okay, isn't that the second palace he's noped out of?
Well, it's the third, but the 1 and 4 were because of glove locks.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know why.
Oh, there's your glove required.
Is that the only way?
I believe so. We had an immediate dead end going to the right at the beginning, and I don't think Victor passed up any other elevators.
Damn it! I know you're smiling.
I'm always smiling. It's like a weird permanent Joker thing.
Fantastic.
It's because Z2R is going on. Z2R is going on.
Victor does not have upstab. I don't think he ever went to Darunia. That's correct. So he could be stopped by an upstab block.
That is very true. That was a Xarnax only trip into Darunia to grab upstab there. And to get the hint for the child. I don't remember what Darunia even was.
So, you know, after this game, right, and everything, are you going to be streaming?
Probably not. I'm going to be making dinner, probably, or breakfast, as it may be.
Well, okay, but after that, you're going to play Rygar on stream, right?
Probably not. You know, and you don't have the money to pay me to do that for the simple fact that you've now lost this gloveless seed bet here.
This T-board fight's going really well for Mr. Keyboard here.
And the moment you mention it, he's bound to take 3 hits from fireballs, and that's going to be a start over.
Well, he doing good. He doing good. Oh, look at this. It's a tanky T-bird, or I guess that's a weak sword. But
yeah, could be weak because T-Bird actually doesn't roll any higher on health. He always has his vanilla health.
Yeah. All right, look at this. This is clean. If he gets like
Pendulum's a little wobbly, but you know, he can regroup here in the corner.
There we go. All right. I mean, I feel like attack 5 usually is faster than that, but you know, the sword could have rolled down. That's all I'm saying.
Getting sandwiched here by these red birds.
Chicken sandwich.
Whoa, that's a hard upstab block right there in that room for Victor at the top of that elevator. If that's the way to go, that is a hard upstab block.
Yeah, but there were other ways other than T-Bird, right? So there's still options.
Yeah, this could actually be a loop right here. This is actually the front side of it, or the left side of it. So this could be it, and it is it. Looks like a loop behind T-Bird.
That's kind of hilarious.
But if this room is in the pool, we may see it again, so...
Yeah. 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 That's cool. I like it. Yeah, Victory's like, okay, game.
Yeah, in his defense, though, it could have been super trolly. Yeah. And that room, both of those rooms from the left side or from the non-stabbing, non-block side, they look identical. So it could have actually been a downstab block at that point. It could have actually been a different room until he finally checked it. But yeah, I probably would have dipped out of there earlier anyway and just taken the gamble that it was an actual loop.
I mean, he could have just walked left and gone back through T-Bird's room, right? Without having to do the rest of the palace again?
Yeah, I don't think he was that far in. I don't think that first elevator is too bad to get to. Did he take a death at any point before then?
I don't think so. Yeah, you do want to be certain. Victor specifically has been trolled by repeats of rooms before.
Yes.
There was one GP he did that I was calming, and there were like 4 copies of the same room in one GP, and it really threw him for a loop.
Yeah, it was multiple 4-ways, multiple copies of the 4-way elevator that were pieced together, and that was wild.
That was fun. I liked it. You know me. I like everything that makes the runners miserable.
Well, that's not very nice.
No. Oh, speaking of miserable, this waffle is being a little tough. You don't want tough waffles. You want crispy waffles. You want nice brown waffles.
Yeah, no one wants their waffles to feel like rubber in their mouth.
Yeah. I really want... You know what? I should have got waffle stuff when I was out. I should have gotten milk and eggs.
All right. Well, that is going to be Xarnax's third gem placed, and he's going to head off to GP. He already knows it is in the Three-Eyed Rock position. He just needs to make his way back to Maze Island and then back to Death Mountain, take the raft over to the east. Or I guess he could walk... with the boots, you could take the boots out to the water in Maze Island, walk around to the Maze Island Connector Bridge, and hit the north side, the north entry point of the east as well. So he's got options. He just needs to get himself down to the Three-Eyed Rock location and get himself into GP.
Yeah, and it's not over yet. If he feels like he's behind, he should intentionally not do Thunderbird and take a few lefts. If he feels behind. That's sort of... I don't know. I feel like that's a good meta way, you know. If you've got no reason to suspect that the other person is further behind than you.
Yeah, and with the late glove pickup, and we say late because Xarnax was on Maze Island very early on in the seed, and so him finding it back on Maze Island, 15, 20 minutes later, whatever it was, it's not a good feeling.
Yeah. I would take a few lefts at this point. Especially after, trying to do 6 and then not doing 6. And that could allow him to win at this point. But we shall see. Victor is still going to the right, so every time he goes to the right, there's another chance. Oh, this is going to be a little bit interesting, too. This is another upstab block room, right? So, this is a standard upstab block, or is this... I couldn't really see. It was just for a second.
It's a community one here.
Okay, yeah, so you definitely need upside block to go through here. So if he goes through here and it's a dead end, he's got up an A and do this palace over again, at which point Xarnax should be entering.
Yeah, right there on the river, Xarnax could have stepped out to the water. There's a one-tile water walkable path around the outside. He could have walked that completely free to Maze Island, to the Maze Island Bridge in the lower left corner of Maze Island. But I don't know, this one encounter just to the cave takes you a little bit. I don't know. This probably would have been a little bit faster to just walk on the outside to skip any possible encounters.
Yeah. Another possibility that could help Xarnax... Oh, we got the syrup and waffles room. Another possibility that could play in Xarnax's favor is if Victor goes this way, dies, because he's on beep strats right now.
It's also a tough room there, yeah.
Yeah. So if he loses a life here and then he loses a life, to lava somewhere, possibly here still, he might go this way again and it could end up being a dead end. So we might see that.
Ouch.
Yeah, this is the last life, Brian, right here. So if he doesn't make it through this room, he might be tempted to do this room again on his next continue.
Did we see Xarnax pick up jump at all? I don't recall.
I don't think so.
Yeah, jump would be very helpful in these waffles that we're seeing here. Nope. No jump for either one of our runners. So this will be a little bit of added difficulty.
Yeah. Upstep is going to help Xarnax, though, because you have more options going through these waffles. And
that's true.
You could start working your way up higher and just avoid the spicy chicken. It does take in this particular situation, it wouldn't be the easiest thing to do, but it is possible.
At least the second waffle here is a little more forgiving, but the bluebird here sticking with him, saying, "Hey, let's be pen pals."
Yeah, this is
well,
Victor's got a lot of pins inside of him right now.
Close range pen pals.
Okay, yeah, Victor, he dealt with that blue foca, so he is probably going to make it through this room. There could always be a mishap with downstab. So he'll see what's beyond this. It's not going to be Dark Link beyond this though. Not in the next room at least.
Elevator at the end of this room, so possible that
Yeah.
it goes to Dark Link.
Yeah. Okay, nice easy room. This is good for Victor. Another left. And I think this is just straight left, right? So Dark Link is going to be... If Dark Link is on this path, it's 2 rooms away.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah, we came in from an elevator, so only one elevator in the room. That's how I always... If anyone's ever... Like, I've made that... I've asked that question before. I was like, is there an elevator here? It's like, no, we came in from an elevator. There can't be another elevator out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
So this is the second drop room we've seen. We saw the Eon drop earlier, so maybe that could have been the answer, and this isn't. It's possible. Uh-oh. Is this the previous room he just came out of?
No, it's not. Go right, son. Go right. And Xarnax, go left. This looks like an upstab?
It is, no.
No, okay. I just saw the first part of the room at that point.
Yeah, the upstep blocks, upstep, downstep blocks, you can't see any of the room. All you can see is a hallway.
Okay. Oh, well, there's a fairy here. If he can reach it, I don't think you can.
Xarnax, no.
Oh,
Xarnax, no. It's that sweet Thunderbird blood that he wants. Oh, no.
You can't blame Victor for doing that though, because he was not going to make it very far. Dark Link could have killed him at that. I mean,
man, I would have probably just checked to the right before checking for the fairy just to see what was there. Oh, well, there's
what?
Dark Link.
Was he? I wasn't. Oh my god! That was a left, huh?
So what? Did we not just see him walk into Thunderbird's room? So did he not trigger the fight for Thunderbird?
Well, we know Thunderbird is not required, so wrong warp is legal, right? He despawned the elevators in the elevator in T-Bird's room? It's legal, right? Yeah.
I think it's legal as long as Thunderbird's not required in the seed. You're not allowed to bypass him, and that's interesting.
What? Oh my god, what? Okay.
Alan Heffley is going to have to be the one who makes an official ruling on that one, I think. That's I can't say I've ever seen that in a tournament race ever. So
well, if there's no rule about it, then it's legal until you make a rule about it. It's double jeopardy, right?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's in a tournament document that you're not allowed to skip Thunderbird if he ends up being required. But in this seed, he's not required. So I guess a skip is in the cards.
Well done. I did not actually see how that despawn worked. I'm going to have to go back and check, because I was just like, okay, he's in T-Bird's room. I'll wait till he goes someplace fun and exciting. And, well, then he did.
Yeah, you just have to walk a little bit away from the elevator and it despawns. The same thing happens in Darklink's room as well when you enter in from an elevator.
Nice clip. Let me check this out real quick. How did he... was that on purpose? What? You fall into an elevator? Well, guys, if you haven't already, get your GGs in chat. That's... Patrick saying something. Okay.
I don't think this is considered a wrong warp. I think the wrong warp is the super glitchy, super
Fairy Town?
glitchy. Yeah. Yeah, wrong warp has like a very specific way to play attached to it.
Yeah. And I don't even know if it's possible to do wrong warp in Randomizer because it's so specific.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. I've never seen that happen before. Is this the new meta? Are we witnessing the birth of a new meta?
Yeah, is this the way it's going to be? Is that we're all going to be despawning Thunderbird elevators now and just taking the drop and hoping that that's interesting though. Had Thunderbird been required, that would have been not allowed.
Yeah, but Xarnax, we already saw Victor beat Thunderbird, and yeah, it's a dead end pass there, or rather, it's a loop pass there. So very cool, man. So that was an accident, despawning the elevator. I guess if you spawn the boss, it will despawn the elevator. That might actually play into requirements for upcoming room jams or something, right?
I don't know why the elevator despawns in those rooms before the boss comes out. You just have to walk away from the elevator a little bit and then it just disappears and you can just walk back and take the elevator shaft as a drop.
What?
Fortunately,
No,
I think this is a loop for Victor. He's seeing the other side of his waffles over lava room here with the blue bird in the middle.
yeah, Xarnax, don't worry about it. I'm pretty sure it's legal, and like if a ruling is made about it that it won't be legal in the future, like that's not going to apply to this race. And unfortunately, that doesn't give. I mean, this is a one-on-one race, so this doesn't really matter. But like, that wouldn't give Victor any real meta information about the palace. Because sometimes, based on who finishes when and stuff like that, you can kind of assume certain things about the way GP is laid out. But in this particular case, I don't think that's going to be the case for Victor. But he's already seen a lot of GP, so I think he'll be coming across Darklink pretty soon. We know that there's going to be an elevator down to Darklink, or Dark Zelda, as it were, or Dark Yoshi.
Yeah, this was a loop for him. He's seen the other side of this room, unfortunately.
Interesting, Eunice.
Yeah, Zarnax asking in chat if Victor was into GP before him, and yeah, it was. Cubs answered there. Yeah, several minutes in ahead of you, doing a good bit of exploring. The 2 lives though hurting him. He did make it to a pretty deep area, but he did die trying to get a ferry from. There's an elevator room that have single floating blocks. I always call it the Heat Man room because it's like floating blocks from Heat Man and Mega Man 2, although they don't, disappear from underneath you. But regardless, sometimes there's a ferry in there. He tried to get the ferry, took the death, and we wanted him to check to the right before getting the ferry, thinking it might have been Darklink, but it obviously wasn't because you gotta enter in from, or maybe.
Oh, interesting.
Wow, this is the room. Okay, yeah.
So that's another loop, but there's an elevator down from here, so that could be what leads to Darklink. And could you imagine?
No, this is the elevator he came from before. He needs to go left here.
Oh, okay, right. I thought that elevator continued downward. But if the up exit is from T-Bird is linked to Darklink, I think that's something that DigShake could fix in an update, and maybe this is actually the inspiration that DigShake will need to, maybe do an update.
Yeah, because now if it's like an automatic, well, see, I mean, it's still a gamble regardless. If you're going to walk into Thunderbird's room, if Thunderbird were to be required, that's that's not the. Oh boy, that's it for Victor there. I don't think he knows the upstab trick.
Yeah, not everyone's seen your videos. Hey, Drawith. Yeah, Yoshi. That's right. Yeah, that's my. I'm gonna brush my fingernails off on my shirt and say, that's my sprite. Gonna not be humble about it at all. Oh, he's trying. Nice, interesting.
Yeah, he's broke the wrong block.
Oh, okay. Well, if if it is if it's the case that the up exit from Thunderbird is always leading to Darklink, then I mean it kind of would wreck the meta.
Yeah, that would be interesting if people always felt like they were behind or something. They'd walk into Thunderbird's room and then just, well, I mean, I guess you got to come in from an elevator. You know, it's got to be very specific. The up into Thunderbird's room there. So I don't know. You know, that's that adds to it that there's a bit more required.
Well, but I mean,
Conditions need to
if
be met.
you true, but I mean, like even if all right, so like, hmm. Oh, you know what's another interesting thing? Once you defeat Thunderbird, if you leave the room and come back in, the elevator will respawn, right? So the only time you can do that is before you defeat Thunderbird or immediately after.
I'm sorry. What was the question?
I'm just saying, that's a trick you can only do, like despawning the elevator. You can only do that if you start to spawn in the boss and it deletes the elevator, like we saw here, or if you destroy Thunderbird and then go to the elevator. Um, because afterwards, if you come back into the room, the elevator is going to be respawned, and there's going to be no way to despawn it again. So that's going to be interesting. And so you might see if T-Bird's up always leads to Darklink, what you might end up seeing is people killing Thunderbird and then dropping from that room, because then you're safe no matter what you do.
Oh, I see what you're saying. To just kill. Ah, yeah. I guess that would be kind of. Uh,
A little anticlimactic if that was always the case.
Yeah, that would feel like you were cheated out of the win if someone just beat Thunderbird just to be like, well, I beat him, and I know this is definitely going to drop me into Darklink's room, so I don't have to explore any further palace at this point.
Mm.
Yeah, I guess if Thunderbird is still alive, you're taking that gamble. First of all, that it even leads to Darklink's room, and that Thunderbird wasn't required.
What if you do that, but Darklink is already the next room to the right? Well, then you've lost nothing, right? Well, hmm. I guess to drop into, I guess that would only work in rooms where you take an elevator down into Darklink, right? That would only work in palaces where you take an elevator up into Thunderbird and there's an elevator down into Darklink, because you're not going to drop into a left to right or an up or an up elevator. So it's only like a 1 in 3 chance that it'll work, I guess. It'd be interesting to experiment with more seeds. Like if we had a record of which seeds had which Darklink rooms and which seeds had which Thunderbird rooms, so we could take a look at this and see if it's consistent.
Yeah, this is going to be the new pro strat for runners who are familiar with the elevator into Thunderbird's room. Just despawn it, take the drop, and see where it goes, and hope for the best.
Yeah, because I mean that could just be a straight 1 in 3 chance that you're gonna get it right. If it is that it always leads into Darklink, if Darklink is from an elevator going down, then that's a 1 in 3 chance you're going to get it, which is an interesting gamble. What would be especially funny is if it dropped you to Darklink no matter what kind of room it was before, so then you'd be on the ceiling when Darklink spawns and you wouldn't be able to fight him.
Yeah, wow, what would happen there?
That'd be a if you actually spawn in Darklink, that'd be a soft lock, right?
Yeah, unless somehow the shadow is able to get to you.
Hmm. Yeah, you're seeing it here first, folks. I mean, this is either part of the new meta, right, coming into existence, or this is the prelude to a new version for Dig Shake, or this is the most random thing you'll ever see. Because if it just goes into a random room, then like that's amazing. It's amazing that it went to Darklink because there's like what 64 rooms in GP, something like that. How many rooms? 80. And then there's a 1/3 chance of it being that kind of room. So yeah, it's like a 1 in 240 chance if it's just random. So that's pretty awesome. No, you leave the room. Yeah, yeah, exactly. But it would be funny though, you know. But yeah, if you dropped into the top of Darklink's room, yeah, you could just walk left out of the room and then walk back in. Yeah, I was just saying it'd be a soft lock if you spawn Darklink in on accident or on purpose.
Yeah, sometimes you drop into. I mean, I guess where you fall into a room depends on where you left from. So I guess you would drop into a spot that wouldn't trigger the boss fight, and
Yeah,
especially because
probably.
the elevator is going to be on the far left. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I guess you could never just drop in and accidentally trigger the boss fight right from the get go.
Well, Mr. Victor Santafe has his up stab now, so he's gonna be heading on back. Yeah, it would be interesting to hear what Victor thinks. So hopefully, he clears this GP pretty soon. We don't really know how much more of the palace there is to explore. He's explored a decent amount, but I don't think he's checked any of the lefts. He just went and got up stab immediately. So he could be going straight back to where he died, or where he had up an A, or he could check a few lefts.
I'm not sure he has much left to check at this point. He found when he found that fairy room the first time and died. We wanted him to go right, but ultimately right was just another loop because he found that room again from that side, and then he headed down and left. Left through that down elevator, and I don't know if he had another break point from there. He just saw that upstat block, and that seemed to be, as far as Victor was concerned, it seemed to be that was the only path at that point.
Yeah, Xarnax, it was pretty interesting because like the any key was like right at the very beginning of the, but you did so much of the exploration in the game before you got that. Not that it ended up hurting you because you finished a palace without it really slowing you down. But Victor did get it like 3 minutes into the game or 2 minutes into the game or something.
Yeah, Victor found Maze Island late though, and then he full cleared it and he found the glove. So he had the magic key and the glove a good bit of time before you did, Xarnax. You found Maze Island very early and unfortunately got taken to the cave and then taken to Death Mountain and then taken to the east where you continued to explore. And Maze Island just had the glove just sitting there.
Yeah, so I think Western was mountainous.
And Fairy, even at Magic 5 now, is still 51 Magic. So very pricey still.
Oh, okay. So that left was a dud. So he's gonna have to go back to that upset block possibly.
I'm almost positive that Victor has seen this room before. I thought we saw this dead end at one point.
He, could, if I were him, I'd go back and try for that red jar again because he's about to lose a life. I mean, life spell in this is not very good, but it's better to have like 2 or 3 heart containers than 1. Oh yeah, now I'm stuck on the other side of this bubble, this waffle and bubbles room, or waffle and fireballs, bullets.
Yeah, Xarnax, if you hadn't found the glove when you did, we were wondering if you were actually going to go all the way to P5 to see to meet up with Guma to see if there you could get a palace done without a glove block to get
I
those 2 palaces
was
in.
I was maybe somehow convinced that this was going to be a gloveless seed. Wait, hold on. Oh shoot! You have to go through a waffle room to even get to the Thunderbird room. But that would have been funny if it's gloveless if you do that skip. I could have won. I was so close to winning my bet with you. In that, you know, there was only one waffle room to get through. Say lovey. All right.
Wow,
So
we know this drop is we've seen this drop before.
yeah. All right, taking the left here. Good stuff, and it's gonna
Yeah,
take us. Don't go for the fairy. It's probably gonna kill you if you try. He did last time he did get it. That was pretty fun. He almost took a lava bath several times within a couple seconds.
Yeah, the glove is required. It was like
Yeah,
3 rooms in there was a waffle room and it was linear in that direction.
yeah, that's what made me saddest of all. All right, so Victor just cast fairy. Problem is that it's very difficult to do this without jump or fairy. It's possible.
No, he broke the wrong. You got to be 3 high on the right side.
I mean, okay. Yeah, this is fine. There he goes. Okay, nice and smooth. Thanks, Chaos. I appreciate it. You might as well cast life. Oh wait, Xarnax had
Uh,
life. Victor didn't.
yeah, Victor does not.
So how about that light spell, Xarnax?
Wow, this could be a game over here for Victor if he gets hit too much. He is on his last life.
You could. No, don't cast thunder. Okay.
Oh no. So I didn't even see Darklink's room. Did it have an elevator going down
Yeah,
into it? So
yeah,
that could have been the elevator right there.
yeah. It could have.
That was definitely a fairy shield move. Should have been employed there
Probably, yeah. Then you take
or
one bop.
deployed.
You take one bop, and that's it. And you could even lure the Foca over, to the complete or mostly complete bridge to the left, and then not have him fall in the lava possibly, so that he doesn't respawn. You could do something like that.
Yeah, for anyone, Zero pointed out. I did see the announcement from Alan. The pairings for round 3 in the Max Random tournament are up and available for viewing in the pairings room under the Max Rando section of the Z2R Discord. If anyone is interested. Got some very, very interesting matchups here. Some good stuff.
This is one dead chicken. Could you imagine how many people you could feed with one of these spicy chickens?
Actually, the meat is toxic to Hyruleans, so yeah, it's not really a hunted or sought after delicacy of any sort.
Well, it's a good thing I'm a human then, huh? no Hyrulean blood in me. I'll eat it. Even if it kills me. And it might.
So is this was this double drop required? I don't know. I think you could get to this room here. And then because we saw Victor, I thought we saw him take this drop before. We saw him take this drop and then he went right instead. So yeah, that was a very, very early on routing from Victor, but the left takes you back to the ferry room here. We'll see if he goes for it. He does have the extra life now.
That's a good question, Patrick. What if the chickens were made of ice cream? That is actually a very good question. There's no enemy that freezes you. That'd be an interesting enemy. Okay, an enemy that freezes you for like a second or something.
Define interesting.
It would make me smile.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you can throw a whole bunch of stuff in this game. It's like, you know, it is a question like how much can you change before it doesn't really feel or play like Zelda 2 anymore. You know, it just some people don't even like the dash spell. I'm kind of mixed on the dash spell myself, but it really comes down to the fact that I play on such a large screen and the dash spell. There's a good bit of blur. I don't have the best monitor that I play on, so the whole screen is just like this big blur, and I generally have to look away from the screen when I'm using dash for any sort of extended period of time.
Really?
Yeah, it's like this visual overload.
Well, I mean, you could get a monitor refresh rate. Just saying. No. Do you have ULMB on your monitor? You could turn that on.
I have a very old 4K display. No, I have to stick with 4K. So I would need something fancy and expensive if I want a high refresh rate 4K display and not have to deal with anything less than 444.
Well, ULMB is not a 4. I mean, that existed before 4K did. It's not like brand new technology. It also should look fine on CRTs, of course.
Yeah, what I need is a Nintendo and a big old 32-inch CRT from back in the day.
This is asking what the heck is wrong with your monitor, and I deserve an answer.
Just as
here it is.
Not to take away Victor's thunder here, but it's just an old display that's probably 6 years old. It was one of the first 4K displays at 60 hertz. It was bought it from the Korean monitor market on eBay, so it's not really the it's one of those B+ panels that Apple or Samsung didn't want or LG didn't want, and so I have it and I've been using it since then. And it's a big old 42-inch 4K display that sits in front of me. It's as big as a television and it's glorious, but it does not have the best refresh rate of just response time for the pixels.
Yeah, I think usually a lot of the blur comes down to not so much like refresh rate. I mean, that helps, but persistence, like how long the image is on the screen. Yeah,
to be fair, I mean, I can use dash, but it's usually in the brighter areas where it's just really just this big old, I don't know, it's just such a big screen. If I had a smaller screen, like I can watch other people use dash. Like if dash was enabled here, I could watch Victor and Xarnax dash around all day long on these smaller little restreams. But there's just something about having it on my large screen in front of me that is just overloading.
Well, guys, get your GGs in chat for VictorSantafe. That was a very interesting race. So awesome job to both racers. I think they both cleared it in a very unique way. So
yeah, I wonder how Victor's going to feel about this one. I don't know. Not here to call out Xarnax or anything, but it would have been interesting to see him have to push through that little bit of a gauntlet as well with his skill versus Victor, with Victor having the lead.
Hey, what's up? Mr. Victor.
Hey guys, how are you doing?
Great.
Doing all right.
So we've got something that we want you to watch, okay? Hold on, let me give it to you. Okay.
Yeah, let me mute the ending song of the game.
To be fair, there's a disclaimer here. I don't know if you're going to be happy about this or what. So just go into this neutral.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. My brain is kind of in a very bad shape at this point, so I can't see anything coming.
If you didn't see it in my PM, here it is in the race chat.
Let me check.
Yeah, Xarnax is still talking to us in chat. He was not available for an interview, but that is true. Xarnax did walk into GP with upstab, and so he would have gone through the same exploration as Victor, probably seen the loop behind Thunderbird and all those things, and then probably would have seen that upstab block, and Victor might have been on his way back from Daruni at that point. So that's possible. Yeah, Xarnax might have still had a small advantage there in terms of the having the upstab from that direction.
Yeah, I was thinking about that even if I got upstab, I believe I probably wouldn't have had chances of winning this race. I don't know. I'm still a little bit confused. Palace 1 kind of confused me a lot, and when I entered GP, my brain was mushy still from Palace 1, which is very embarrassing to say that I was lost in Palace 1. But yeah, this one was a weird one, as Xarnax pointed out in chat. But did I miss anything crucial?
No. I mean, obviously the upstab you got a little bit late. Let's see. Was there something crucial that you missed?
No, all the crucial stuff you found earlier than Xarnax. You had the magic key earlier than Xarnax. You found the glove on Maze Island. Xarnax was on Maze Island before you were, but he got taken away from Maze Island before finding the glove. There was the cave that led to Death Mountain that showed you the raft tile that led you to the Vanilla East from the raft tile. And so that's where Xarnax went down. He went down that rabbit hole before he found the glove on Maze Island. He didn't come back there until another 20 minutes later or so. So you were digging into palaces and getting things done before he was, and he was finding glove blocks in 1, like you saw. 4, you were able to complete 4 by then, and I forgot if he saw a glove block somewhere else, but he did complete 1, 2, and 3.
But did you pull up the clip that I sent you?
Where do you send? Oh, okay. Let me check it.
It's something.
Okay, I need to learn the upstab clip.
Oh yeah.
I knew it was gonna bite me in the ass, and it did in this one. Oh yeah, I that one. Yeah, that.
Oh, you've seen that before?
That was ultimately how Xarnax won the race here.
What was? I'm seeing that when I died in that room with the fairy, which also was pretty embarrassing. It is a pretty hard fairy to catch. It's not that bad, but you have to be very sure about your movements. But what I was gonna ask about. Oh, okay. So Xarnax did the what?
There you go. Now you're watching.
I don't know what to think about it. I guess he didn't complete it. I guess he game over, or did he complete it like that?
No, because Thunderbird wasn't required. So
okay, kind of, yeah. That's okay. That's okay. I'll take it.
Interesting though, huh? Like I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah, I saw it when I was beta testing the randomizer.
Oh, you?
I kind of thought it was patched because it always led you to Darkling. If you do that in that room, it always led you to Darkling. I thought it was fixed, but maybe I was wrong.
I didn't know there was any awareness of that because I never seen it and I know everything. So
yeah, we discussed about that with Dick Check about that being a problem or not. and I kind of guess he probably thought it wasn't a big problem enough to fix it, but I could be wrong about everything.
Well, it was still a good race, and it was still pretty close. You did come into GP a little bit ahead of him, of course, and you beat Thunderbird and did a lot of exploration over him. But of course, he had upstab going into GP, so it was kind of up in the air. Even if that didn't happen, who would have won? But I think everyone had an interesting time watching this race, and you definitely put in a lot of good work here.
Yeah, I don't feel bad about this one. I don't think I made any big mistakes, and I was a little bit unlucky with the risks I chose to take. So yeah, I don't feel unhappy about this one. The one I had with Mirai, I think it wasn't bad either. I didn't make any big mistakes. I think it was just about survivability in Great Palace and Smiley Rooms, and Mirai has a PhD on those.
No, you're absolutely right. It did come down to that in our race in the previous week, and that was we did have a bit of survivability, low survivability early on, and so yeah, I mean, it's yeah, I mean, you're not doing anything wrong. It's just you're playing these good. We knew this was going to be a good matchup tonight for sure, and I think from the audience perspective, I would have liked to have seen Xarnax dig through GP and have it not end up this way, but ultimately, without Thunderbird being required, that's currently within the rules. Although Alan is going to be making an announcement, he said here in the Discord sometime tonight about tonight's happening and moving forward, perhaps. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you're right. It is not in the rules, and yeah, it is something. I knew about it, that VictorSantafe never realizes that. I mean, I knew about it, but yeah, as I told you, I didn't know if it was fixed or not. And yeah, now I see that it was possible. So yeah, it's very interesting, and we will see how it affects the rules from now on, if it is something or not.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about it?
I think for this race it's probably okay since it wasn't specified in the rules. Unless Alan Heffley rules against it. I mean, that is his call. And I believe Xarnax did say he'd be open to a second race or something if he wanted. So I think that's for the three of you guys to discuss, but I'd say just based on what I know is probably okay for now. What about you, Mirai?
Yeah, I didn't know that it always led to Darklink. That's interesting, because you could always take that 50-50 gamble that if Thunderbird's not required, then you just land in Darklink's room and you win. And Thunderbird wasn't that deep into the palace, so it wasn't, having had that information beforehand, I'm not sure, it was an interesting glitch. I don't, again, there's currently no rule against it to just end up and to just, fall into Darklink's room or to skip Thunderbird, so to speak, is what's in the rules. You're not allowed to skip Thunderbird if Thunderbird were to be found required. And in this seed, Victor, you had already shown us that behind Thunderbird was just a loop. So Thunderbird was not required in the seed. And after Xarnax did a drop, that, ultimately falls within the rules currently. So as I might feel, I don't know, I might feel a little cheated depending on the situation. But right now it's, it is within the rules.
I'm feeling a little bit like mischievous. Like, it's making me like very happy at the same time. Like, wow, it's very, very funny that this happened in a tournament and that there was this gray area that no one thought about, because several of us knew about it. So yeah, it is pretty interesting. We will see the development of it. I don't mind. Well, I don't mind losing this match to it because I think it was a gray area, and in this world, gray areas are are supposed to be used like that. Yeah, you're supposed to.
Yeah, I suppose so, huh?
Yeah. So, yeah, we will see what happens. If you ask me about it in the future, it should be banned. I think that's my personal opinion, not about this match, but from the future, from the next match onwards.
Yeah.
So,
if it always leads into Dark Link, I would agree with you. If it only leads into Dark Link when it's a down elevator, then I don't know. And if it doesn't lead into Dark Link, if it's just random, then I would say it's fine. But it's like a a very low chance. If it's a completely random room, then that's a very low chance of it actually.
Yeah. I'm 100%. I 100% agree with you.
Cool. All right. Well, you know what? I think we all dealt with this situation pretty well, and I think we all agree with each other on the sportsmanship of this situation. So as far as the details of this particular race, the three of you guys can talk about it later, and we'll, if I'm available, I'll com for you guys again if you have another race, and of course I'll com for you in future races too.
Nice. Yeah, I was about to say a last thing, and it is that I'm doing this for fun, as most of us are doing it, and well, as all of you know, I'm not very competitive, so I wouldn't feel very good about delaying the next week's matches, because, well, we are in the brink of the Alan Heffley announcing the next matches. So in any case, I would like to say, and I will tell the Alan Heffley that I would like to forfeit in case it is decided that we have to have a rematch. So I will take a defeat on purpose. So the next week's matches are on time. Yeah, that's what I feel at this point.
Cool. Well, this is a history-making race for the Z2R community.
Yeah, for sure.
We had so few rules before, but we might have one more.
Well, if nothing else, congratulations on being part of the most interesting Z2R race we've ever had on Zelda Speedruns. I think I'm as in shock as most everyone else was when we saw Xarnax finish, but GG to both of you involved. Looking forward to, obviously, round 3 of Swiss. Gonna do it for us here on ZSR tonight. Don't have anything on the schedule at the moment until Tuesday, but well, with round 3 starting, I'm sure we'll have something coming up here, so keep an eye on the ZSR schedule going forward. Want to give a shout out to both of our runners. If you haven't already followed them for some reason, drop them both a follow, Xarnax and Victor. Our 2 commentators tonight that just let me sit here and do nothing for a couple hours. I appreciate that. Thank you. Nightcrawler and Mirai, both of you, as well as I'm never gonna figure out how to say this name right. But I'm just gonna say Patrick. I give up. I'm gonna say Patrick. Thank you very much for tracking the hero's work behind the scenes. Any final thoughts before we head on out for the night?
We all talk at once. Nothing from me. Nothing from me other than thanks to the restream from ZSR and GG to our runners.
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to you guys for making this show come together, and yeah, my brain is is farting a lot, especially my English is suffering a lot. So sorry about my broken English, but yeah, I had a great time now discussing this with you, and the race was cool. The seed was really weird, and I love that about the randomizer, that you always get these seeds that kind of puzzle your brain, no matter how many you play. So yeah, this is a great game. So thank you for making this space for sharing this with the world. So yeah, thank you guys.
Agreed. Yeah. Guess that does it. Anything else to talk about before we go, Cubs?
Nope. I think we're gonna head out over some guy named Fred. We're gonna go mess with. He's doing some Z1. We're gonna go enjoy that. So
Fred Savage.
Yeah, sure, exactly. That's exactly who it is.
Fred Savage playing Z1R now.
Yeah. So go enjoy Fred. Again, we will see people back here at the latest on Tuesday again, but keep an eye on the schedule. I'm sure there will be more. Until then, thank you very much, everybody, for joining us tonight. Everybody stay safe out there. And, well, Alan, funny you mentioned, I might as well go ahead and plug this one. Tuesday, March 29th, we are going to have a 4-team Z1 relay. Not sure of the entire details yet. It's going to be vanilla, not rando, but will be some Zelda 1 action here on ZSR. Keep an eye out. It's a few weeks out, but I'm sure we'll be reminding people as we get closer. But until then, everyone, again, stay safe, and we will see you back here soon. Have a good night.
Thank you.